Hey everyone, I want to show you exactly why Zaria is next generation AI, and this is where everything is going. We're so far ahead of the game at this point that we've always been coming out with innovations about 6 months or more before any of the other big AI companies have launched them. So watch the stuff that we're going to be putting on this video because you're going to see this is going to be the thing that's going to completely change your business. So first off, let's talk about how we've re-envisioned Zaria itself. Zaria is not just a single AI chatbot that you've trained to maybe do a little bit of copy or to come up with some ideas here and there. Zaria is an entire AI team that you can employ that's already been pre-trained with highly developed skills. Let's get into this right now. First thing we're going to jump into is going into My Team. Now, My Team allows you to hire any of these pre-constructed AI team members, which could include building one from scratch. You can change the brain model. You can do all kinds of really cool things with these. So for example, let's say we want to jump into the book writer. You want to write a book. So you go to add this person to your team, and it actually adds it over here. You got your book writer, and then you can start a project. Now, before we do that, your personality settings, which is pretty neat, you can go in and change the name of this book writer. Let's say we don't want to call it just book writer, but maybe we want to call it, how about James, right? James the book writer. We can do that, and you can actually see them in the drop-down menus, which I'm going to show you in a moment, which is another next-gen feature that we have. You can change the brain type from analytical to balanced to creative, depending on what you want this particular person to do. Obviously, they're writing books. They're probably going to be doing something creative, unless they're doing manuals. Manuals, you can change it to analytical, or you can have a balanced approach. So you could change also the base model where we're pulling from, which would be GPT-4o, GPU Mini, also Claude. Some other AIs as they come out, we're going to be adding those as well. You can change the voice type because actually Zaria will talk to you in one of our interfaces, which is pretty neat. You can choose that. You can also choose personality. So if you want your book writer or your assistant to have a little sass, you can actually change that to make it a little more funny or formal or enthusiastic. It's totally up to you. And then you can toggle on and off different types of skills. So you can enable task scheduling, audio processing, image processing, advanced coding, like literally you can have a coder in your pocket. And it's what's funny is Zaria writes better code than most programmers. It's pretty insane when you actually can use that. You can also write plugins too. If you have WordPress blogs, plugins, like little code snippets, you name it. It does PDF reading, image creation, like I mentioned before, database connections, copywriting, project management, social media marketing, product creation specialist, JV management, virtual marketing officer, product launch manager, webinar writer. I mean, you name it. We're continually adding to these skill sets, which you can toggle on and off at any time. You can also add starter prompts. You can actually give additional instruction prompts. So maybe you want your AI to do something a little bit different, or maybe you have a uniqueness to what you do that you want to train it on, like how you want things output. You can actually put those prompts in here to add to its skill set. You can also do reinforcement prompts. Ever notice that some AIs will lose you halfway through and they forget what you actually told them or what you uploaded? It doesn't happen anymore. You can actually put the reinforcement prompts and it will keep doing the things that you want it to do. Like say, for example, you don't want titles for your books or titles for your posts to have colons. You can actually put that in the reinforcement prompt and you won't get any more colons because I know that's something that it seems to love to do. And then you just click on update settings and you're all set and good to go. Now, let's go back to this team member setting here. Let me jump back into my team. And you'll see that we have a number of team members over here. So once you start working with a team member and you've customized it, you can go to that team member anytime you want to. A lot of these are our demos for our internal purposes. So that's where that goes. Now you can also start from scratch and build an AI with exactly what you want trained. It's totally up to you. And we've got more things on the way. We have a lot more we're going to be adding to this. So once you've built your team out, and let's just say you want to have a baseline team of maybe you want a creative writer, a copywriter, and maybe a product creation specialist to get your business up and running or get certain areas of your business going. You'd create those first, and then you go over to My Projects. Now, once you get into My Projects, you can start a project and you choose which team member you want to start with. So say, for example, you want to do a project that's going to be writing a book. I'm going to go to Bob the book writer, or like the last one, I didn't actually save it, but let's just go to Bob the book writer and start that project. And we'll start that here in just a second. One thing to keep in mind, you have your active projects are listed right here. You can also favorite certain projects. So once you have a lot of projects running, you can favorite them. You can also mark them as complete, and they'll end up in the completed task area there. This will give you an opportunity to really organize what you're doing in general. So let's go ahead and start a new project. So when we start a new project, you'll see that you can actually choose from the drop down. Now, this is something that no one else is doing. And this is completely new and fresh to Zaria as far as what we do. That lets you change between personas or change between highly trained AI copywriter to book creator to image creator to project management, all inside the same chat. Imagine having all your team members inside of Slack in like a real type of business situation. You would have that project be managed inside of a Slack channel. This is like your Slack channel for AI, which is super exciting for us. So you can say, start writing, let's go with the project management task sake. And maybe I want to do a quick via audio. So let's go ahead and write this via audio instead of me typing in with my fingers, my fat fingers. And we're going to have Zaria do something, and I'm just going to click on this, and you'll see that it's already written that out. Okay, so I'm going to delete this and give it a task. Hey, Zaria, I need you to go ahead and do something for me. We're going to create a project around launching a virtual event, and that virtual event is going to be for internet business owners. And we're going to have roughly about 20 speakers or so that I want to start with. And from that process, our outcome is going to be to sell the recordings of this product for maybe $97 and then get them into one-click upsells throughout the process. But I need to get my team on board. Could you map me out a project plan for what different tasks that I need that I can employ through the AI that you have here with the team, as well as what we need to start thinking of in a step-by-step order that we're going to keep inside this chat. Okay, I'll send that over and have Zaria put this together. And she'll put that, it depends on like what model you're using. If it's analytical, if it's advanced, it takes a little bit more time for the advanced model to actually put an output. So we're going to get the output with a step-by-step plan, phases, everything is here, which is pretty exciting. So what we can do is we can use this plan to actually create additional team members if we need to. So maybe we need to have a research analyst. So because we're talking about target audiences, we go jump back over into our team tab. We can actually create an advanced research analyst, and now we have that. And literally, like, say we're going to start that with our first step, we could change that over to the advanced research analyst, which we didn't create yet here, and we can start working with that one. And everything is in the same URL string, which is absolutely amazing. Never been done before, and we're super excited to be able to offer this to everyone who signs up for our premium plan. Now, that's just one way of dealing with this. Let me say, oh, looks like it might have been typing some other things here. Let me get rid of that. And like we can also manage our projects on the left-hand side. You can also search for a project. So say, for example, there's a few projects that you know, a few keywords that might be used in those projects. You can search, let's just say book, and as soon as you start typing those things in, or let's see if there's something else I can think of. I'll just type in the word today. So anything that started with the word today, you can see it pops up there. So when you have a lot of these different projects, you can also manage those on the left-hand side, which is pretty exciting. Let's jump into the go back area here. Now let's talk about our RAG database. Our RAG database makes Zaria so unique because it gives you the opportunity to upload your content, which I mentioned earlier in our conversation here. Now, the RAG database, you can actually put a title. You can categorize what it is you want to categorize inside of this database folder, which is just you. And you can also put the content of what you want to put up in there. You can upload files. You can connect to RSS feeds. So say, for example, you have 1,000 blog posts that you have listed, and you want to have the most maybe recent 50 or 100 uploaded into the system. You just go to the RSS feed, add your RSS feed, and now Zaria will learn everything, the way that you write, the way that you post, and it's absolutely amazing the way that this thing actually works. Uploading files is as simple as like putting a title, choosing the content, and then uploading it. Now, there are certain limitations on how many files or how much data that you can put in there based on what plan you're on. And you can also search that data if you're going to go in your database. And this one actually has no data in it. And you can also see the data that you have that will be listed down here at the bottom. Now, this is the most innovative approach to using AI. If you want AI to write, sound, think, talk, act, connect with you on a level that's just like you, and that's where you want to go with this. Now, there's other things too here in the database. You've got the affiliate toolbox if you want to help promote Zaria and help us get this message out to people. You've also got the ability to report a bug. So if you find anything that's a little bit weird or doesn't quite work right, just click on that, and that can take you over to our contact form, and you can help make Zaria better and give us some more suggestions, even if you have some suggestions. But all in all, Zaria is the next generation AI. It's going to do things for your business that you can never imagine. And just to put this in perspective, if you have a team of maybe 10 or 15 people working for you, and you're paying that team anywhere from $300 a week all the way to maybe $2,000 or $3,000 a week, with just literally having Zaria installed and working in your business, you can either cut 50% or more of that money that you'd be outlaying, because now you're going to be twice as effective with half as many team members, or even just one or two team members. Or you can give Zaria to your entire team and watch them double their production and productivity. I'm super excited to introduce this to you. I don't want to take any more time. I want you to go ahead and get started using Zaria, and we'll see you on the next video.